Ну что, идем дальше. Так, я, получается, выпил спасительного шнапса, сохранился и опьянел немножко. Про это тоже надо не забывать. Так, что это? Ага. Что надо принести было? Давай попробуем. А, вот место. Открыто. Индрих. Обокрал дом. Ладно, пошли. Маман?
What is it, my boy?
Ничего.
Take care.
Так, я вообще куда пошел-то? Гвозди. Где гвозди? Здесь? Ага. Я просто эти сундуки пока еще не очень отличаю от обычного инвентаря, ну, обычные как бы мебели. На, держи.
Here are those nails you wanted.
Thanks. So, how's Bianca?
She's fine. Why do you ask?
Just wondering, will you be going to the dance this evening?
We will.
Maybe we'll see each other there. Anyway, mustn't keep you. I'll be on my way. So it's truly beautiful.
Не говори-ка. Ага, засмотрелся.
Fine lass, eh? Now stop staring at her and come and see this. It's time for the trial by fire.
Так. Четко.
We did a fine job.
I would expect nothing less from such a renowned swordsmith.
Those days are gone, sir.
You haven't lost your skills, though. Would you like to try it?
Sir, what good is a sword to a
Let him
commoner?
try it.
Слабак.
You still have a lot to learn. Ask your father to show you how. He knows what he's about.
Learning his trade will serve him better in life, sir.
Perhaps. But who knows what the future holds for each of us. I see that you almost have it finished.
It just needs a polish, then Henry will bring it to you.
Excellent. Fine work. Very fine. A sword such as this will bring honor to its bearer. What say you, Svan?
True, Sir Radzik. If I'd have had its like back in Nicopolis, things would have worked out differently. How odd to find such an accomplished swordsmith working in a place like this. A man of his talent would have no problem making a fortune in Prague or Vienna.
You're right. It's a very long and peculiar story.
I'd be glad to listen to it over a cup of wine, but duty calls, and I must leave. Here you are. Learn from your father. He truly is a master of his craft.
I'm sure our paths will cross again.
He certainly will.
Once it's ready, send your son up to me with it. Good work, Martin.
Sure.
It's been an honor, Sir Isvan. Have a safe journey to Sasau.
The honor is mine, Sir Radzik. Thank you for the hospitality.
A long, peculiar history. That was a long time ago. I might tell you about it sometime, but not today.
Will you teach me how to use it like Sir Radzik said?
Why?
Well, it could come in useful. Maybe I'll travel a bit before settling down. I'd like to know more than the tavern on the green and the forge.
You know the trouble with an adventurous life, son? It can end before it gets started. I might teach you how to handle a sword, and then someone will shoot you with a crossbow as soon as you set foot outside the house.
You talk as if you've seen it happen.
A man my age has seen a lot. Being a blacksmith might bring no glory, but it has its benefits, like keeping your head on your shoulders. I want to end my days in Skalitz, here, beneath the linden tree and by your mother's side.
Well, so do I, one day. But first, I'd like to see the world, meet new people.
Meet them or beat them.
Meet. You have to keep going on about it.
Then you've no need to learn swordplay.
A messenger.
He was in a
Messenger,
hurry. What's
да.
happened?
Ничего хорошего. Кто пришел? Эх, такая деревушка хорошая была. Против кого такой?
Listen to me, Al. Listen carefully. Take the sword, go into the house, and grab anything
Wow.
that's important from the trunk. Go to the castle. Hurry.
What about you?
Обороняться-то
It's in
некому.
the village. I'll fetch her and we'll follow right behind.
I'll go with you.
No. You do what I say right now.
Give the sword to Sir Radzik. If anything happens, he'll take care of you. He owes me.
О, уже все горит.
Quickly! We have to close the gates!
Move! Come on, we're closing!
Move it, people!
Come on!
We're running
Come
out of
on!
time! Oh, Henry! Thank God! Get inside, quick! We have to shut the
Get
gates!
running, people! Come on!
Mind this for me.
Are you mad? You can't go back! Ah,
Get through the gates!
Прямо на глазах сейчас убьют. Эх, отец, отец. Вы все умрете.
Come on, Hal! You can still make it! Run! Find a horse! Ride to Talmberg! Tell them what's coming! Warn them!
Run by the moat! There's a path down there! Jump down from the wall and flee!
Угу. Побежал. Ты чё спрятался? Скачи. Альберг. Он лошади.
You pigs! Don't touch me, or I'll kill you! Go to hell, you Tatar beast! Help! Help!
Подожди. Как верхом? А. Так. Как сесть-то? Ого, сколько вас тут.
Yeah.
Давай, бежим.
Yeah.
Ты не прыгаешь.
Yeah.
Оп, оп, оп. Косые.
Yeah.
Вот же прыгаешь. Сбежал. Эх, убивают всех тут. Щет, точно. Ай. Нехорошо. Зараза.
Yeah.
Да, война она такая.
Left. Hamburg is to the left, along the stream.
Бегите, бегите. Спасайтесь.
Flee to Talmberg.
Что говорит? Непонятно.
Go! They'll kill you all.
Да.
Warn the others. They've
Ух ты, нифига, он уже за мной.
run for it.
Он прям за мной бежит. Догоню, говорит, да? Не отстает. Бегите! Ага, смотри-ка, он прям за мной скачет. Я это сделал. Давайте, стреляйте!
Quickly! We're closing the gate!
Someone give him a drink. And bring hot wine and bandages. Tell me, boy, who are you and where are you from? What in hell's name happened?
I've come from Skalitz. They burned it to the ground. Slaughtered everyone.
Who? Who burned it to the
A
ground?
huge army. They attacked without warning. And they weren't Czechs or Germans either.
Who then?
I don't know. I've never seen armor like it or heard their language. Maybe Tatars?
Кто бы это мог быть?
Tartars, you say? Well, we'll deal with that later. First, let's have a look at that leg of yours. Grit your teeth, boy. I'm gonna pull that arrow out.
Нокаут. Сейчас стрела.
All done. You were lucky, lad. The arrow missed the bone. It only needed bandaging, and I've done that often enough before. War is a good teacher. Can you stand? There you go. Good as new.
Да, как новенький.
Thank you.
Have you idlers nothing better to do? Get back to work. You'll have to speak to Lord Divish. Can you manage? Sir, this is a survivor from
I heard, Robard. Tell me, boy, what exactly happened? Did you see the ensigns of the attackers? And were there any more survivors?
So, I don't know what army it was, but it was huge. There were dozens of banners flying on the hill above Skalitz. The ones who did the slaughtering spoke a strange language. They burned Skalitz to the ground, but a lot of people took refuge in the castle. I wasn't quick enough. And as I fled, they shouted from the battlements that I should come and warn you.
The soldiers the boy didn't recognize. They could be those Cumans of Sigismund.
Половцы
Said they
Сигизмунда.
came to Hungary from the east, and now they're the core of his army. Sacking Kuttenberg must have given him a taste for stolen silver.
Skalitz is a small castle, sir. If Sigismund attacks, they can't hold.
Indeed, Sir Robard. And our small garrison would be no help, even if we could risk sending them.
You think we're next in line?
Maybe. What's your name, boy?
I'm Henry, son of the
Indrzyk.
Skalitz blacksmith.
I know him. Did he make it inside the castle? I'm sorry. It's in God's hands
Да.
now. No one else can help us. Anyway, thank you for risking your neck to warn us. Robard, take care of Henry. Make sure he gets something to eat.
Просто
and some
Индро.
rest.
Yes, sir.
And get all the people inside the gates. We have to prepare for the worst. Make all the necessary arrangements.
As you command, sir.
Ну что, мы выжили. А это значит, мы будем мстить. Так, ну что я тут? Где я тут? Что я даже не хромаю?
He sent his apologies. He can't come tomorrow. Soon as the message is before noon, the day after tomorrow.
Well, I suppose it can wait another day. Tell him to come then.
I will, sir. Thank you.
Извините.
You've done well, lad. I'm sorry for your loss. You must be all done in. Why don't you go to the kitchen and have a good meal?
Это я с
Sorrow is
удовольствием.
easier to bear on a full stomach. I heard about your father. They say he was a swordsmith who moved to the countryside to make horseshoes. I can't understand why he'd waste his talents, but I'm sure he had his reasons. He had a fine reputation. It's a great loss.
Ah, milady. You are fortunate our good lady Stephanie of Talmberg has graced us with her presence.
My lady, I'm honored.
So this is our brave young man. Welcome, lad. Bozhena here will take care of you. No doubt you're tired and hungry.
Indeed. How could he not be, poor soul? After everything he's been through, he must be as hungry as a bear, aren't you, young master?
Young master.
Here you are, then. Eat your fill.
And a little wine to wash it down.
Thank you, my lady.
When you're done, you can go and rest with the grooms in the Outer Bailey.
No, that won't do, Sir Robard. After all he's been through, he deserves a proper bed. Let him sleep in a lodge in the courtyard.
Certainly, milady. Young Henry here is overwhelmed by your generosity.
Yes, yes. Thank you, my lady. May God reward you for your kindness.
Eat up now. You're in capable hands, so I'll leave you to it. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, man.
When you've done, you can sleep in the bedchamber of the courtyard lodge. And don't forget to take off those filthy boots before getting into bed.
Как все серьезно. Ну ладно. Чем дольше вы голодаете, тем слабее становитесь, а в конце концов можете даже умереть. У разной еды разные свойства, так, например, яблоко не насытит вас так же, как жареная утка, но зато дольше останется свежим. Некоторая еда может быть более эффективной для исцеления. Давай посмотрим вообще, что у нас тут. Сытость 0. Так вот, сытость 0. Сейчас упаду в обморок. Где еда? Что, съесть нельзя сразу? Давай. Так, съесть. Семьдесят 8. Так, а как можно очистить? Сытость 78 сейчас у меня. Хорошо? По-любому хорошо. Спать захотел. Ну пошли. Привет. Ой. Пацаны, где я тут? Поспать можно. Здесь? Так, я хочу проспать до утра. Ну, до утра нормально, да. Начать.
Today the patrols will be doubled. Keep your eyes peeled. If you see anything out of the ordinary, report it immediately. Understood? Yes, sir.
Что проснулся? Не спится?
Yes?
Кто там?
It is I, Henry. Forgive the intrusion. I
Oh.
didn't wake you, boy, did I?
Приятно.
My lady, no, not at all. But what brings you here at this hour?
Давай
I
выпьем.
thought you could do with a little wine. It's just
Не
what you
откажусь.
need to help you sleep.
My lady, thank you. You really shouldn't. You could have sent a servant.
I was going to, but to tell you the truth, I couldn't sleep either. I thought of you while saying my prayers. How awful it must have been for you. I came to offer you solace, to let you know you're not alone.
Ну, спасибо.
Thank you. Thank you kindly.
You're welcome. Now, Henry, I know this is all very new and strange for you, but I want you to feel at home here. You're not to worry about anything except getting better. God knows you've been through a terrible ordeal. I know what it is to be left alone in the world, although your loss is much greater. But with God's help, the pain will ease in time. and it can help to talk about it, if you feel like it.
Ты не одинок. Давай, рассказывай, чушь.
You might be right, my lady. I'll tell you what happened. It was terrible and unexpected. The day started just like any other. Father sent me into town on some errands.
Ну,
I went to the tavern to buy ale for father. I know it's a job for a groom, but I didn't mind. Our meeting was never to.
Oh, dear boy.
When I'd done all the errands, I
ну,
headed back
успех
home.
зато.
I promised father I'd help him with his work, and I was looking forward to it. He was.
Так. Ну, давай попробуем.
Father and I always chat in the forge. On that particular day, I asked him if he'd teach me swordsmanship. He said no. He said it's better for a man to keep his head on his shoulders than lose it over some pointless heroism. If only you'd known what fate had in store for us.
Oh.
But Sigismund's horde was already on the horizon, ready to attack the town.
О, уже 3-2.
I saw smoke on the horizon from a village Sigismund pillaged on the way to our town, which was soon to meet the same fate.
God have mercy.
And then death descended on Skalitz.
Так. Ну, давай.
The gate to the castle was open. The bells and horns sounded the alarm, and the villagers ran to the castle to take cover. They were carrying the few possessions they could grab in haste, and I saw the terror in their eyes.
I can't even imagine how awful it must have been.
I ran to the castle like our neighbours to take cover, but I didn't make it. I had to find another way to save myself. The men on the battlements called down to me to flee to Talmberg and warn you. I was lucky I knew a concealed path around the castle.
Да. Ну, давай еще раз.
I wasn't safe yet. The Cumans were going from house to house below the castle, looting and then torching them. They encircled the castle, and it was clear they could spot me at any moment.
Прокачиваем.
Punish them.
Then I heard a scream. It was Teresa, the mill wench. She'd been caught by a gang of Cuman savages who
Да, я помог ей.
her. I had Sir Radzig's sword, and even though there were several of them who were better armed, I had to try and save her. I wanted there to be at least one person I'd helped. And I succeeded, even though it almost cost me my life. After that, I stole a horse from them and rode off.
Like a valiant knight.
Доблестный.
I'll never forget the horror. It will haunt me for the rest of my life.
Да, интересно.
That's terrible. How could something like that happen?
God alone knows why he let such things happen.
You poor boy. I understand your grief, but God is not to blame for the ills of this world. That is the work of Satan and those who do his bidding.
Я не могу пропустить.
Those who are corrupted by
Придется слушать.
envy and pride. You must not lose faith, whatever life brings. Fate has not been merciful to me, and my husband either. Although in comparison to the horrors you went through. I was young when I married my husband. It was my father's wish. Divish was a lot older than I, but a woman must bear her lot. Shortly after our marriage, before I even got a look at Talmberg, the castle was stormed and my husband was imprisoned.
Really?
My husband had some quarrel with Sir Havel Medek of Valdek, who decided to resolve it by force. He stormed the castle, burned down the village of Pribyslavitz, and killed many of our men, even the old chamberlain. He imprisoned my husband in the castle and put his own garrison there.
That's awful.
I was barely 18 years old, and all of a sudden, I was left alone with Sir Robert. We didn't know what to do. We went to Prague to appeal to the king and sought help from divicious friends, but all to no avail. We tried for years, but it seemed I was destined to be left alone and my husband to rot in jail in his own castle.
Years, you say?
7 years. That's how long it took before Havel was condemned as an enemy of the crown. And even then, he refused to surrender the castle and release my husband. In the end, I raised the money to pay a ransom, and only then, by the grace of Lord Jesus, did I finally lay eyes on my husband once more.
7 years. And was Havel punished for it?
Never. And after 7 years, my husband returned to me an infirm old man.
Sir Divish seems like a good, strong man.
Certainly, only he has many concerns. He had to rebuild Talmberg. After he was released, the king appointed him Burgrave of Prague Castle, and he was very busy. He had no time for me at all. But at least we were in the city, and there was something going on. And now, we're here.
My lady, you're still young and beautiful. Your best years are still ahead of you.
Would that were true, lad. Would it were true. But what am I doing bothering you with this? You have troubles enough of your own. I'll go and let you sleep. I enjoyed our little talk, Henry. Good night, and God bless.
Good night, my lady.
Ну, давай, спокойной ночи. Полегчало? Выпил, поболтал. Можно и поспать. А обувь что не снял? Я ж попросили. Ну или меня попросили. И я не снял. Ну да ладно. Я постараюсь, отец.
Henry, wake up. You don't want to miss this.
What is it? What's happening?
Come to the battlements. One of our patrols reported a company heading here from Skalitz.
Он не заметил, что я в ботинках спал. Ну ладно. Факел заберем. О. Класс. Сыч. Зелье сыч. А это что? Заснуть и сохраниться. Нормально. Так, что там? Где стенка? Опять темно, да? Не отсюда, что ли, на стенку подниматься? Но, видимо, не отсюда. О! Здорово, мужики.
Good day to you.
Что случилось?
You know what's happening?
Sigismund, who else? That bastard conquered Skalitz, and now he's come to take Talmberg. God be with you.
You might be right. Sure.
Prepare for the worst.
Так, ну чё?
Hey!
What's going on?
I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Why would Sigismund advance on Talmberg in the night? Especially since he's lost the element of surprise after the raid on Skalitz.
Maybe it's not him.
Then who is it? The scouts Jivish sent to Skalitz to spy on Sigismund said he'd set up camp and was getting ready to storm the castle. And so Radzig is an experienced soldier. He'd surely hold the castle for quite some time. It doesn't make sense.
What else did the spies see?
Not much of anything. Before they could get close enough, this huge storm started. And you were right. Sigismund has a hell of a lot of soldiers, including all manner of mercenaries. An army like that costs a fortune. Well, anyway, we'll find out when they get here, won't we?
Aye, we will.
Farewell.
И чё? Вот мы видим, кто-то подходит.
Halt! Who
Кто и
goes
кто
there?
идет?
Lucifer and all his minions! Who else, Rubber?
Sir Radzig, what a relief.
Is his lordship there with you?
Yes, sir, he is right here.
What are you doing up so late, Divish? At your age, you need a good night's sleep.
Well, Radzig, you didn't exactly pick the best time for an outing either. In a big hurry?
It was a bit of a scramble, all right. Believe it or not, this tempest is a godsend for me and my men. As my old granddad used to say, better a sore throat than a slit throat.
I'd say your grandfather was a wise man. Your messenger told us what happened.
Messenger?
The lad you sent to warn us.
He's alive? He made it to you?
He's here with me. He only got away by the skin of his teeth, though.
Thank God.
A brave young man. But tell me, friend, how on earth did you manage to get away?
Thank God for this tempest. When it began, Sigismund's Tatars crawled into their holes and left us storming the castle for more clement weather. We were able to sneak out right under their noses. The Lord be praised. We wouldn't have stood a chance against them.
Would you like to spend the night in Talmberg?
No, no. When Sigismund finds the castle empty tomorrow, he might come looking for us. We'd only be exposing you to danger. Without me and my men, he has no call to attack you.
What will you do then?
We'll march to Ratai. It's only a short way, and there we'll have a better chance of defense and enough room for all of these people. If Sigismund should come, better bend your knee, Divish. There's no point dying in a battle that's futile.
You're right there.
Is that boy still with you?
I'm here, sir.
You have courage, lad. That I can't deny. I am sorry about what happened. Would you care to join us?
I'd like to, sir, but first I have to return to Skalitz.
Are you mad? What do you want there?
I can't leave my mother and father. I won't leave their corpses rotting in the street. I'll join you once I've taken care of them.
Don't even think of going back there, you donkey. Are you tired of living?
But sir!
Quiet! I'm sorry about your father, but getting killed as well won't help him. Divish, make sure that lad doesn't budge from Talmberg until things quieten down.
Not to worry, friend. Anyway, he's injured and needs to recover. I'll lock him up here as if he were Hovel of Balding.
I've seen you've grown a thick skin since your tribulation, sir. But thank you. We'll meet again when circumstances are more favorable. Farewell.
Farewell, friend, and good fortune. Give my regards to Sir Hanush.
I will. And good luck to you and your people too. These are dark times. Move out! Move out!
Ну что, люди спаслись, хотя бы часть. Но, походу, наших друзей там нету. Мы потеряли всех.
Men, tonight we'll have triple patrols. Sort out the watches between you as always. And if I catch anyone boozing, playing dice or slacking off, I'll personally break every bone in his body. I want you to keep a close eye on everything nearby. Sigismund will surely have sent spies, and likely men as well, to follow the Skalitz people now he knows they've fled. Keep your eyes peeled and report everything to me at once. Understood?
Yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir.
What is it you need?
I could use an extra pair of eyes, and yours are keen. Will you keep watch of the battlements?
Хорошо.
Is that a request or an order?
I'd rather it was a request. You answered yes.
Of course I'll help. I have to pay.
Splendid. And don't worry. I'll tell the men to relieve you later. May the Lord watch over you.
Следим. Ни хрена не вижу. Вот там какой-то огонек.
Good day to you.
What do you think about how the Skalitz folk managed to get away?
Fortune smiled on them, that's for certain.
Just a shame Fortune didn't...
Oh, shit. Sorry. And you know Sir Radzikobala?
I wouldn't say I know him. I've seen him a few times.
He must be a fine lord.
Surely all the lords do that.
Ah.
What else did it?
Jesus, no. I didn't mean it like that.
I see.
God be with you.
Wandering around like a stray sheep. Must be your first watch, eh? I don't think anything much will be happening today. You can just lean against the wall and wait till...
Давай, расскажи мне.
I'll show you.
I will.
Дождитесь утра. Ну, например, вот так, да? А можно вот так даже. Не будем ходить просто так. Вот и утро наступило. О, ворота. Ой, я на частной территории. Что случилось?
Let's go! Let's go! Move it! Quick!
Пошли, пошли.
Go, go!
А куда идти-то?
What was that noise? Must be the wind.
А, вон же, открылась ворота. Открылись ворота. Нифига он бегает уже. Что там, армия пришла? Опять бежать.
See how the self-appointed king wins the love and respect of his loyal subjects.
Indeed, Robard. Sigismund of Luxembourg has a rare talent for winning people over to his cause.
А на Скалицу сразу напал. Показательный, да, был пример.
Greetings, Lord of Talmberg.
That's the bastard who led the attack at Skalitz and killed my parents.
Don't be an idiot. Do you want to end up like them?
I am Sir Markwart von Aulitz. I come in the name of Sigismund of Luxembourg, King of Hungary and Croatia, who has resolved to strike against those who disrupt concord in the land and to restore order in the name of his brother, King Wenceslaus IV.
Restore order by burning and pillaging the king's estates.
Greetings, Sir Markwart. The efforts of the king's brother to bring order to this chaotic land are undoubtedly noble. It seems to me, though, that he and his army have somewhat strayed. As Burgrave of Prague Castle, I am entirely beholden to the king, and here in Talmberg divine peace reigned until your arrival. To what then do we owe the honor of your visit?
Yesterday, His Majesty took action against the enemy of the kingdom, Sir Radzig Kobyla, who has been using the silver from the Skalitz mine to fund insurrection against the crown. Unfortunately, the insurgent escaped. Would you happen to know, noble sir, where he might be at this time?
As far as I know, the Sir Radzig of which you speak is the king's hetman at Skalitz. I find it hard to imagine that he would rebel against our king. Nevertheless, I can assure you that Sir Radzig is not at Talmberg. He would be a fool indeed to flee from one castle, where he has little chance of defense, to another, where he has even less. Or do you take the view that my humble manner is any obstacle to your army?
Am I to inform the king then that Sir Radzig Kobyla is not at Talmberg and that he has your loyalty?
Sir Radzig Kobyla is not here, and I have no intentions of getting embroiled in affairs from which I have nothing to gain.
Very well, sir. As you wish. I will relay your words to the king in the hope he will be as well disposed as you seem to be.
Those who have clean consciences and goodwill may find themselves well disposed even at moments like this, when there's little cause for joy. Farewell, sir.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen. Немцы. Повезло.
My lord, you have my utmost admiration.
Get on with you, Robard.
Это был разумный шаг. А! Ты узнал, где купец? Тут ничего нету. Где купец?
Him last winter. He took his time.
He did. But I didn't want to upset the old woman by chasing him.
It's better never to let
my blood run cold. I heard.
Здорово.
Good day to you. What do you need?
Can you tell me who I can buy something from or sell to?
You want Votova, the fellow that fixes the weir at the Townburg fish pond. He should be around the granary.
What do you think about Sigismund?
It was a stroke of good luck. I know everyone says that Sigismund is awful and... God be with you.
Отлично.
Isn't that the God's truth?
Jesus Christ be praised.
Is there someone here
Опять
who trades in
торговец.
goods?
Whatever is your man. God be with you.
Так, где-то здесь, да?
What's so hard about putting up a fence? Ask him that. Do you think it was a cathedral?
Oh, did Joachim get that job done?
О,
Don't even remind me.
God be
здорово.
with you.
Can we trade?
If you've got the coin. Farewell.
Так, что у меня с сытостью? 61. О, карта сокровищ у него есть. За 100. Но, увы, у меня ничего нет. Спасительный шнапс, 100. А, подожди. 0,96. Не, ну я правильно говорил, да. Ты правильно сказал. Так, отмычка 14, повязка 4, самогон 19. О, 100 спасительный шнапс стоит. Да. Что я могу продать? Так, это лучше не продавать. Можно съесть. Стрела плохого качества. Держи. Ну ладно, будем копить деньги. Пошли. Разберемся потихоньку. Кто такой? Так, подожди, где тут вообще проход? Ялся. Опять. Наверное, надо зайти, да? Не понял. А вон он стоит. Ё-моё, я его не вижу. Здорово.
Good health to you.
So, Robard, I need to get to Skalitz.
What would you do there, lad? Sigismund might have left, but the place will be swamped with robber barons, brigands, deserters, and other vermin. And anyway, your lord commanded you to stay here.
My parents died there, and I won't leave them to be ravaged by dogs. I have to bury them.
Благородная цель, да. Но не
Do you want to
канает.
throw your life away for those who can never get theirs back? Do you think that's what they'd want? Forget it.
Why did Sigismund burn down Skalitz and then come here too?
That's war for you, lad. Certain lords have resolved to take things into the...
What happened in Kuttenberg?
Gutenberg. Well, but the good Lord gave me ears, and I've heard some...
Were there many?
Indeed. But it was the Gutenberg...
I see.
Listen, lad. These are all games of the high aristocracy. In Prague, a cabal of nobles rebelled against King Wenceslas, wealthy aristocrats who took against our king.
So then why did Sigismund...
Why do you think?
Because it's a fertile place with full granaries that could...
That's not. King Charles, may God grant him eternal glory, built Prague into a proper royal city, while King Wenceslas took a liking to...
So Kuttenberg sided with Wenceslas because he...
Now you're starting to understand. When Sigismund imprisoned Wenceslas and took control of Prague, the people of Kuttenberg began to raise an army against him. So with the attack on Kuttenberg...
Where did these humans come from anyway?
I don't know much about them, only what the Chamberlain said. That they came to Hungary from the east and settled there. They're godless barbarians and merciless fighters. The nobles used to say the Hungarian... And believe me...
Так, ну чё? Мне как-то надо... А этим что не бьет? Так, а что мне делать? Бежать надо. Интересно. Ключи всякие. Зачем они мне? Читать. А, я же не умею читать. Я читать не умею. Класс. А, это уже... Угу, стоит. Так, ладно. Сытость 60. Есть. 9. Хватит. Пока что. Состояние. Так, ну что, давай раздобудем лошадь.
Good health, dear. Good luck, dear.
Good morning. Good luck then.
Понятно.
God be with you.
I need to get out of here.
And I need a feather bed with a comely wench in it. But it looks like we'll both be disappointed. Sir Divish gave orders not...
My mother and father were left in Skalitz like carrion. I have to bury them. I can't leave them to the dogs.
I'm sorry, my friend, but I can't. You'll have to persuade Sir Robard, or think something up so I don't end up in the shit for it. Otherwise, forget it.
What am I supposed to think up?
How should I know? Maybe some disguise so I could say I didn't recognize you? If a Talmberg soldier turns up all kitted out properly, in armor and a helmet, then of course I let him go. That's obvious.
All right, I'll have a look around for something.
May the Lord watch over you.
Good health to you.
What do you think about the flight?
I'd say Sir Rod's...
He was lucky.
But that's just...
That business with Sig...
Aye, that...
Is there someone here who trades in goods?
When I want something, I go to the local pond. He's over by the granary. May the Lord watch over you.
The Lord be praised.
I would like to ask your assistance, my lady, if...
What's the matter, lad?
I need to get out of the castle, and your...
Why, for the love of God, would you...
My parents are lying in the mud of Skalitz at the moment.
That's terrible. May the Lord have mercy on their souls.
If I could just get past the guard...
But you can. If you wear a...
Good thinking. And where can I get the armor?
At the armory?
Where's that?
In the gate tower. But the soldiers sleep in other places around the castle too, and you might find armor nearby.
Well, they'll certainly ask where I'm going.
You could tell them Sir Robard sent you to Ujitz.
That sounds reasonable. It's rather embarrassing, but if...
How would you? This should be enough.
О,
Thank you, my lady.
25 грошей дали.
Thank you, my lady. I must go now.
God bless.
Не зря, не зря. Так, пошли посмотрим оружейное где. Очень сложно. Ой. Блин, а как его делать-то? Стоп. Тебя. Не умею. Что поделать? Учиться надо.
Damn.
Так, надо посмотреть, где кто-нибудь спит. Тогда. Отмычки я свои профукал.
Hey.
Опа, опа, опа. А это просто крестьянин спит. Ну что ты встал? Спи. Так, короче, спим. И потом будем думать уже, что дальше делать тогда. Ну, давай немножко поспим до часу. Пополним энергию и сохранимся. Отлично. Так, теперь нам нужно подумать, короче, что делать дальше, да? Ладно.